Hello everybody, it's Pixlriffs here. Welcome back to the Nameless Ruin. Welcome back to Decidedly Vanilla on the 5th choice server. Welcome back to Minecraft, and this is going to be my base. As I mentioned in my previous episode, I'm just going to explain a little bit about this whole thing. I'm building something that is going to be huge, is going to be overgrown, and is going to be forgotten in time. Like, if you've ever seen Shadow of the Colossus, the video game, if you've ever played The Last of Us or Enslaved Odyssey to the West, you know what I'm building here. If you've ever watched Lost, then you know what I'm building here. If you've ever seen the communities online, say on Reddit or any kind of photo sharing group like Flickr, where people post pictures of buildings that have been reclaimed by nature or abandoned, then you know what I'm building here. This is going to be one massive ancient forgotten ruin, and it's not all necessarily going to be in this style either. I'm considering doing some stuff kind of like in The Last of Us, where there are modern buildings that have been completely kind of overgrown and gutted by nature and plants and so forth. But obviously you've seen a little bit of my building style in this season already. You know that kind of overgrown stuff with all the leaves and the kind of dressing it up like that is sort of what I'm going for. So that's kind of a strong theme I wanted to stick with for the rest of this series. But today we're going to work on something a little bit different, because I'm really happy with how the temple came out, so I want to do something a little different today, and that is going to be working on the double zombie spawner, which I'm more excited about, I think, than almost anything I've ever done, because it's kind of perfectly set up for what I want to do with it. Now, obviously, I've done the skeleton spawner over in Freehaven, and that has been pretty successful. People seem to like coming there a lot to get their experience, to get bows and ammunition, that kind of thing. So I'm pretty confident I'm going to set up something here that people will want to come and look at. Like, it's nice to have a functional spawner set up, but I also want to make it pretty. And in theme with this area, I mean, it's already got mossy cobblestone in it. I mean, what more do you need, right? So, yeah, I'm going to decorate this, and this is going to be the Nameless Ruins spawner. I'm going to work on it a little bit today, on and off camera, just chat to you guys about a few things, I guess, but I will probably run out of discussion topics fairly quickly, so I will probably do a little bit of the work off camera, and then we can come back and you can check out my progress. Oh, Jeff's off. Bye, Jeff. Bye, Jeff. Okay, cool. I can take these signs down, I suppose, for a start. I got some really cool loot in this spawner. I got a bunch of diamond horse armor and some saddles. I can't remember exactly what else I got. I definitely got 2 name tags, which I was very happy with. I'd also got a couple of name tags from fishing already, and so I'm starting to become a little bit less precious about name tags, because it seems possible to claim them sort of fairly regularly. Oh, Hannah's off as well. I always say Hannah because my wife's sister is called Hannah, and I've just gotten used to saying a name like that now. But yeah, I've got a couple of name tags from fishing. I'm not super, like, I don't have a bunch of stuff I want to name yet, so I am not worried about that too much. I've got to be really careful to keep this area lit up while I'm doing this, otherwise stuff is going to spawn. Bambi is working on a guardian farm right now, which makes me super happy, and in my house I've finally decorated the last chest with a prismarine block and named it Prismarine, so that I actually have a chest for that stuff now. I think we want this to be 9 by 9, don't we? So it's going to have to come out 1 block more in either direction. The one down here is slightly offset, I think. It's like on the same... It's about here, if I remember correctly. It's like, it's 2 offset in 2 different planes. So it's like 2 that way and then 2 that way, or something like that. Anyway, it's going to be super simple to direct them both into the same thing. I'm not... It would be really tempting to just direct them into a single water stream, but at the skeleton spawner, the skeletons tend to get a little bit stuck, and they tend to sort of smush together in the entrance to the... Oh, I'm definitely spawning something around here. Maybe that's on the surface, though, because it was turning night when we left, wasn't it? Yeah, the skeletons tend to kind of collide with each other as they leave the kind of drop section, and that can occasionally affect spawn rates, because of course you want them to be clearing out of that area as fast as possible. So hopefully I'll be able to mitigate that problem here. The only problem is we want to make everything 2 blocks down from here, from the spawner height, just so it can drop in there, and it's going to impinge on the area of this one down here, except Kaboom's a little worried there. I think the maximum height we can work with in here is there, so I'll build this in here now, and that should give us a little bit of room to work with the spawner up there. I also want to make sure the control room is going to be accessible from is going to have a distance that will make it possible to stand close enough to these 2 spawners, which shouldn't be too hard because they are very close together, but the control room is going to have to be located in this sort of area around here, or maybe to one of the sides. I'm not quite sure yet, but seeing as this has kind of cave access and stuff, I figured that might be fine. I'm definitely going to put a nether portal in here so people can come straight to the spawner if they want to, because that's going to make it the most easily accessible and most useful, and then hopefully we will be able to get people in here and using it. I also have a couple of other features I want to add into the spawn room, just for a little bit of fun, but I will get to those later. I'm going to finish clearing out the rest of this because I'm jabbering on, and this episode is going to be miles and miles long if I talk about everything forever. So I'll cut away and I'll come back when I've assembled the spawner rooms into some kind of shape. Okay, so that's the first one done. This is going to be the spawnable area. It's 9 by 9, give or take this row here, and then I'm going to have to take out this wall as well to put in a back wall. I want to design this like with the same kind of wall pattern as the one at the skeleton spawner has, because I almost want that to be like a thing, you know? Like, I want this to have a look like it's almost like a brand of mob grinder, and I'm going to have to fill this area in as well because I'm not planning on doing anything with this right now. And thankfully I have a ton of cobble and stone that I can use. Yeah, it's daytime now, so that zombie is burning up there, but is still alive and is still going to be making noises constantly while I work. Yeah, so yeah, I kind of want it to be like, this is the Pixlriffs brand of mob spawner, and they all have a similar kind of wall design. If I work on any more, then that's what I'm going to end up doing. So yeah, I'm going to do a similar wall design to what I have over at the Freehaven spawner, and it's going to be in 2 separate chunks. So this chunk is going to have one water flow that probably goes out that way, and this chunk is going to have another water flow that goes out that way, and they have to combine at some point in a way that will stop the zombies from colliding with each other and causing blockages. So that's going to be a challenge. We'll work on that, but yeah, this is going to work out really well because this is the height of the water flow there. Most people put it 3 down so avoid knocking their heads on the spawner, but I don't worry too much about that because obviously it's going to have massive rates anyway, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem if one zombie gets stuck on there. Now, this one actually has a ton of headroom, so I could even knock out those blocks there and it would still give us the maximum spawnable area for both spawners, which I'm very happy about. It's going to be cool. I will also have to block off the cave access down here. Maybe I can make access back up to that cave system up there. I'm still in kind of resource gathering mode. I'm still grabbing all the iron and stuff. So yeah, the maximum height of a spawner is going to be 4 blocks, 2 down from the bottom of the spawner and then 1 above, and that means we can put a redstone lamp there and stop stuff from spawning. The next challenge, of course, is going to be adding in a filter for baby zombies, and I'm directing water flow into 2 different places, and then hopefully we should even be able to make it better by putting a baby zombie collection room in there. Because they give out a ton of experience and it's actually worth keeping them around, I think. And with any luck, we can design this so it has a successful baby zombie filter and people will be able to head down into another collection area and kill off all of those whilst they've been at the spawner for a while. That is the plan, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be exciting. I've got a bunch of supplies with me, redstone lamps and pumpkins, redstone, sort of spruce wood and everything I used in the other spawner as well. So I'm going to get to work on installing the walls around here and we'll be back when I've made some progress on that. Okay, so here it is. We've almost got the walls completely together. I'm just adding in the final touches right now. These are spruce planks throughout the most part, but on the original skeleton spawner they were spruce stairs. So I'm going to throw in a couple of those now just to make it look a little bit like the other one. like that, and then like that. I think this one probably needs to be curved around as well. Pop that there. Cool. Okay, so I think they go in that kind of formation. Yeah, that's great. But obviously I didn't need to do that there. I like these viewing ports in the corners. You can actually see the spawner from them, and it's set up pretty much like that. Yeah, so you can just crouch and see that it's definitely lit up. No spawns in here. There's going to be 8 block light in the corners around here, but I think that is currently okay. Oh, there's a 7 over here, but I haven't finished up this section yet. I think that is actually going to be okay in terms of light level. Like, I haven't had any spawns since I've moved the lighting to this height, so I'm pretty sure that's like the outside boundary of where they can spawn anyway. But I wonder why. Maybe it's because this torch is here. Yeah, there you go, 7 in the corners like that. But that should still be fine. Once we get the water and stuff in here, it's going to be difficult for natural mob spawning to happen anyway, so it's pretty much all going to be driven by these spawners, and that should not be a problem. Obviously, once you turn all the lights off, it's going to be chaos in here, especially with the downstairs one. I have not even started tearing out this downstairs one yet either, so that is going to be the next part of doing this. Probably I will get on that. I think there's still going to be enough room to isolate the redstone in here, which is my main concern, because obviously there's going to be water flowing up here, and then there's going to need to be redstone circuitry leading to this, but I think the floor space is giving us just the right amount of height that we need. So yeah, let's get on that. Let's work on that now, and I will see you guys when I've made a little bit more progress. So I'm down here working on this second zombie spawner, and this might potentially be a problem. I flooded the top area just to give an idea of what direction the water flow would be, and it definitely makes a lot more sense to have this one flow to the left. You can see it's flooded down that way, so it runs that way, because this one here, the zombies need to go out in that direction, and this one is offset a couple of blocks to the right, which means that the water flow can kind of come down into a channel and it doesn't impede this room in any way, which is pretty important, because otherwise you end up with kind of flows going in different directions and minimizing a spawnable area when you should be maximizing it. Yeah, the problem is redstone wiring for this lamp in the middle, so basically what I'm probably going to have to do is have this area like that, have the redstone coming down into there somehow, and then reaching out to the other lights, or alternatively run redstone current all the way around the rim of the room instead of having it centralized in that location like it is at the skeleton spawner, which complicates things ever so slightly, but it should not be too much of a problem. The only problem is here, where you've got this area where zombies can't spawn. There's only going to be a few blocks there, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Yeah, but this is all going pretty well. I've got enough materials with me at least to get on with this and just knuckle down and do it, so I guess I will continue to do that. But just wanted to update you guys on that. While I'm here, I also want to mention, because I haven't mentioned it in a video yet, and that's kind of remiss of me, I should probably do it, that we have a new member of Decidedly Vanilla playing on the server at last. It's not like we wanted to replace Logan, but we definitely wanted to have somebody else in the lineup pretty soon. And we have a new member in the form of Zloey XP, who is somebody we were aware of. It's kind of peripherally, but we didn't necessarily run in the same circles, except he's on Magicraft with B-Ran and Ovi, and a few of our other friends, and B-Ran liked him and thought we should give him a chance, and the rest of us very much agreed. He's an excellent builder, he's a very, very funny guy, has his own kind of like roleplay stuff going on, which we think is cool, because we've been doing a bit of roleplay on the server recently, and we think he's a good fit for that. So welcome Zlo to the server. You've probably heard of him before, and his videos are definitely going to be around. He's already made one from the server, I think, when he arrived, and he's got a couple of other things coming up, so pay attention to this guy. He is very, very good. Right, now that's obligatory shout out of the way, I'm going to get on with the rest of this design, so I'll see you when we've made a bit more progress. Okay folks, welcome back. We have done a lot of work, and we now have 2 Pixlriffs brand zombie spawner traps up and running. The mechanism is not completely done, or at least not in so much as it doesn't filter the zombies away to anywhere yet, but both rooms are completely flooded out, both rooms are completely redstoned up, and with the simple flick of this lever, both rooms plunged into complete darkness. I'll go down here just to demonstrate. There it is, yep, and when we come back up here pretty quickly because there are a lot of zombies spawning right now. And we come on down here, you'll see all of the lamps in the walls as well as the one in the middle of the room are lit up. And yeah, there's some of the redstone. The redstone around here, gosh, they're noisy. The redstone around this whole thing is a complete mess, so I won't even go into how it works, but there's bits running down there, there's bits kind of running underneath here, all so we can get everything controlled by this master switch. I'm going to stop flipping that now because there are going to be tons of zombies down here and I don't have the kill mechanism set up yet, but yeah, I'm going to do a little bit more work on this and we will be back, guys, we will be back. See you in a minute. Okay, after a little bit of trial and error, we now have a working mob elevator system, and they're coming up here right now, and obviously I will turn this into some kind of tube. I'm thinking about lining it entirely with glass. I think I can stick signs to glass, can't I? And that way you'll be able to see the mobs coming up and into the kill mechanism, but that's just going to be an aesthetic thing. I might decide that's going to be a little different, but I'll take you on the journey the mobs go on now. So from the top spawner, they drop down into this section here and get taken along with this current, and from the bottom spawner they turn up in here, get dragged along here through this little section, which I had to kind of rig up so that they would be able to come through into this stream, and then bam, here they go. Da-na-na-na. And then they'll get to this point, they'll start jumping to get out of the water. Mob in an elevator. We are good to go. Okay, so that's happening. Right, I will get to work. I think this is probably the point where I want to start prettying up the place, already putting in a little bit of mossy cobble, seeing as I have a reasonable amount of that just left over from the spawner rooms. But yeah, it's time to start prettying the place up and thinking about a layout. This is going to be kind of a huge portion of it, so I will probably cut away again and you'll see what I come up with in a minute. But for now, I think this is looking pretty good. I have been occasionally flicking this switch just to make sure everything still works, and the rates I'm getting are pretty good. So yeah, this is going to be a hotspot. This is going to be zombie killing central. Right, see you guys when I have designed an exterior for this place. Okay, folks, and here we are. I've not really done a great deal on the overall design of the place, but I have got the kill mechanism in place, and we are about to start double zombie spawner kill mechanism alpha test. Everybody is wishing me good luck and saying that they will come and rescue me if this goes awry, which is very nice of them, but here we go. We've got zombies coming in hot. We've got 2 spawners running at more or less full capacity. Turns out there are a bunch of caves around here that I really need to do some lighting up if we want to get amazing spawn rates out of this, but you can see them coming already. They should be making their way into this chute at any moment. I have not made any provision for baby zombies yet, and that is something I will have to do shortly because they will not be able to get into this. But this has a couple of really, really awesome features, the most notable of which is this chest here. There's a hopper coming out of the soul sand block that the zombies fall into, and that will actually collect the drops if it's on soul sand. These guys are getting really noisy already, so I'm going to run myself up here and turn off the mechanism, just so we get a round number of zombies that we can test this out with. Hopefully the baby zombie should at least just suffocate down there or something. They won't be in any great volume for now. Oh, there's one. Look at him. Oh, that's not a baby zombie. That's just a guy with a gold helmet on. Oh my word, I'm going to have to turn down hostile creature sounds for this. Okay, that's slightly more manageable for me. Don't know how that's going to end up for you, but here they come, here they come. I think that is everyone. Let's test this out. Yeah, so drops should be collected in here if this all goes according to plan. Just going to have to punch them for now until we get splash potions set up here. Look at the experience mount up. A little bit of zombie flesh to me, but a ton of it in this chest, which is great. Experience flowing. A couple of zombies coming through that didn't quite make it the first time. Okay, cool. I thought there was going to be a little bit of a hold up there, but turns out we are good. Oh, yes. This is going to be incredible stuff. I think they're all debating what's going to happen if I start World War Z here, or is it World War Z? Oh, if you're American, I apologise for butchering your pronunciation of our words. So yeah, you get a decent amount of the drops collected, and here looks like a bit of zombie flesh does flow over the side, but hopefully that should prevent people's inventories from being clogged. I am planning on getting a villager trading hall set up in this area as well, so you'll be able to take your zombie flesh over to a priest and have them trade it all out for emeralds, which is going to be incredible. I might even get a couple set up around here, but you know how I feel right now about villagers and zombies put together. They are not going to be a great combination, but I'm going to do some work dressing up this area like I promised I was going to, and hopefully we should have a really nice looking spawner room. I'm going to keep most of this glass. I think I'll probably replace a little bit of it with cobble and mossy and stuff. Anyway, I'm not going to promise too much at this stage because I need to work on it off camera, but yeah, we have a working double zombie spawner with a full-on awesome kill mechanism and even a little bit of item collection as well. So yeah, I'll need to get on the storage around here pretty quickly. Okay, that'll do for now, guys. See you in a minute when this area is a little bit more dressed up. Okay, this area is looking a little bit more dressed up now. I kind of wanted to make it look like the glass was sort of sprouting up from the stone around here, so I'm kind of working on that effect. I really like this, though. I think this is kind of awesome. The way it's kind of holding up this and bracketing it almost with this stone, I think that's pretty neat. Yeah, the design may vary a little bit as I tinker with this, but I'm kind of running low on episode time right now, so I will probably give you guys an update in the next episode once I'm back from France, which is where I'm going on holiday. But for now, from the Nameless Ruins brand new double zombie spawner, heck yes, my name has been Pixlriffs. Please leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye for now.